here. And one thing I want to remind you about maths is the consistency of you as regard maths will help you understand it better. If you've done it now, you go over it after a while and do that again and again. And at some point, you understand you have it at your palm. And at your back, you can always attend to those questions. So you really need to be consistent with this thing. You follow it up as at when you and every time you have the opportunity. So we have another question here. X squared plus 4x minus 21 equals 0. So like I rightly said initially, the first thing we want to do is make sure that the coefficient of x squared is 1 and we already have it according to the question. So we'll move to the next step. X squared plus 4x. Keep a space. Do what? Bring negative 21 becomes what? Positive 21. Are we good? Yes. Now we go to the next step. We have x squared plus 4x. Half of this number is what? 2. So we are adding 2 and do what? Square it. So half of this number we're going to square. Equals, what did we add here? We added a what? A what? 2. What did we add? We added a what? 4. So we're going to add what here? We added a 4 here, so we're going to add a what? A 4. We'll leave it in index form here. So that you can just take this 2. So the next step is what? Call out the two numbers that have square. What sign are we putting? So taking this number, this sign here. Alright. Then we'll square both of them. You can see. Equals what? 21 plus 4. 25. So what do we do now? What do? We take the square root of what? Both sides. Both sides. So this cancels this. And this is what? Plus and minus of 5. So here we have what? X plus 2 equals plus and minus 5. So x should be equals what? 5 minus 2 and what? 5 plus 2. Sorry. Negative 5, negative 2. You know, positive 2 came over and became what? Negative. So this is the plus 5. Positive 5, negative 2. Then negative 5, negative 2. So what do we have here? We have the 3 here and a what? Negative 7. So the roots are 3 and negative 7. Alright. Okay. Today we'll be discussing quadratic equation, and under quadratic equation we're looking at computing the square method. Well, this is a topic that has challenged a lot of students, a number of students all over the place. So today I'll try to make sure that we break it down in a very simple form. We're starting with the quadratic equation where we have the equation of x squared as 1. We're going to go to the next question where we have something other than 1. But here let's start with 1. It's easier to start from the simplest form. So now we already have it. For a quadratic, for completing the square method, you always want your quadratic term to be 1. The equation of quadratic term to be 1. So now it's already 1, so we are not going to bother ourselves about that. We'll just continue. Now the first thing you are going to do is, are you with me? X squared negative 8x, leave a space and take this number here. What do we have? Negative what? Speak up. Negative what? 18. That is good. Now we're going to write half of this number. Half of this number is what? 4. So whatever half of the number is, you do what? We square it. So we have x squared minus 8x. What are we adding? Half of this number. Then you do what? Square it. Are you with me? Equals what? We have negative 15 here. Whatever we do to this place, we do what? Same here. So what did we add here? What did we add here? We added positive 16, so we're going to add what? 16. But leaving it in terms of square here. We're not just writing 16. Leave it in terms of, so that you can take this 2. Do you understand? Now, we are going to solve this. If we solve this, you get what? 1. Is it not true? 16 minus 15 is 1. Now, let's pick the 2 that are squared. What are what? X and what? 4. They are 2 squared. So, which sign are we picking? We're picking the sign that we have here, not because it's negative or positive. Whatever sign I came with, so we're going to pick it. Remember, this sign we just added it. This is positive 4 square. It was never in the question. We introduced it, so we cannot reflect it here. So this is the circle sign that came in the question. So if it's a positive, you put positive. If it's a negative, you do what? You put negative. But in this case, what do we have? The negative value, so we put negative. Now you square it equals what? 1. So you take the square root of both sides, plus and minus. When you're taking the square root of an even index, you put plus and minus. Square root of a number, fourth root of a number, sixth root, eighth root, like that, plus and minus, because the square root of 16 is 4 and negative 4. The square root of 25 is 5 and negative 5. You understand? So it's only when you're rooting time and distance, that is length. That is when you don't use plus and minus. Why? Because we cannot get a negative what? Time. And we cannot get a negative length. No matter how something small, how small the thing is, it has to have a positive value. So time and length cannot be negative. But other than that, if you're taking the square root, fourth root, sixth root, even root of anything, you have to put plus and minus. So if you take this cancel this, square root of 1 is what? Plus and minus 1 equals to x minus 4. Are we together? Then to take this minus 4 to this other side, what are we going to have? Positive 4 equals to plus and minus plus 1. So that's the value of x. So x will constantly be what? 4 plus 1. Now the second value, x will be what? 4 minus 1. 3. So x is what? 5. X is what? 5 and 3. Alright, we have another question here. 4p squared negative 3 over 1 over 2p plus 3 over 5. I don't remember. 3 over 4. Sorry, 3 over 4. Alright, the first thing we want to do in this question, we are still using completing the square method. The first thing we want to do is what? Get this to an improper fraction. So let's do that. 3 times 2 times 3. 6. So we have a 7 over 2p. Yeah, we've spread that. Then we have a 4p squared. And we have a what? 3 over 4 equals 0. So this next thing we're going to do, remember the leading coefficient is what? 4. So we have to make it what? 1. So we divide through by what? 4. Divide through by 4. Divide through by 4. Divide through by 4. And divide through by 4. This means that we're going to have what? P squared. Are you with me? Negative. Now dividing this by 4. That is not half of them. We want to divide by 2. So it's going to be 7. Remember what I told you? Multiply the denominator by 4. We are dividing. Remember, it's just like 7 over 2 divided by 4. So 7 over 2 times what? 1 over 4. Remember, it's not over 1. So it is what? 7 over what? 8. 7 over 8. Are you with me? Yes. Now come to this place. 3 over 4 divided by 4 over 1. That's 3 over 4 times what? 1 over 4. So we have 3 over 16. Now the positive 3 over 16 equals 0. So this is the question we want to work with. This is the question we want to work with. This is the question we want to work with. Now, we are going to go to the next step by what? Taking this to this side and keeping our space. Taking this to this side and keeping our action. Alright, so we're going to write our p squared negative 7 over 8. Keep a space here and take this number. What do we have here? Negative 3 over 16. Are we together? Now, half of this number is what? Half of this number is what? What I told you people. What are we doing to the denominator? By what? So what are we going to have for half? 7 over what? 16. That's what we're going to have. So we're going to have 7 over 16 here. And we do what? What are we going to put here? 16 times 16 is what? No noise. Alright, so we have p squared minus 7 over 8 dash equals negative 3 over 16. Now, half of this number, this is the actual quadratic. This is how we wanted the question to be. Now, we're starting the question from here. What we did here was to just put the question in a comfortable way. Then we can start the completing the square approach. So this is where we're starting from. So the first thing we do, we write our p squared negative 7 over 8p. Yeah, sorry. Then we have the what? Negative what? What are we going to write here? Positive what? 7 over what? 16. What are we adding here? 49 over what? 256. And that's good for us. Please, whatever we do, we're doing what? We're squaring this. We added 7 over 16 squared. So we're going to add 49 over 256, which is same as this. So now we take the what? The two numbers that are squared. 7 over 16. Remember, which sign are we taking? All squared. Equals what? Let's solve this. Let's solve this. Are we together? So we have what? 256, right? This in this is 1, this is 49. This in this was 16 times negative 3 is what? What do we have there? Eh? Negative 48. So we have, remember this is negative 3, so negative 48. So we have 49 minus 48, that is 1. Is it not true? Then this is 256. So we have a 1 over 256. That's what we have here. Yes, you have a question? 48. This in this is 16. 16 times negative 3 is negative 48. So negative 48 plus 49 is 1 over 256. Remember this is negative, so we don't want to forget that in the order. So we're going to take the square root of both sides. So taking the square root of both sides means this goes with this. Then we're left with what? Can I write it there? Yes. This goes with 2. We are left with P negative what? 7 over 16 equals what? We have 1 over plus minus 1 over what? 16. Square root of 1 is what? 1. Square root of 256 is what? 16. So we're good. At this point, we're taking this over. If you take this over, it becomes what? Positive, right? So equals what? Plus, that is, let me put this number first. Positive 7 over 16, negative what? 1 over plus and minus 1 over 16. So for doing it like this, we can have it like this. 7 plus or minus over 16. So 7 plus 1 is 8 over 16 is what? 3 is what? 8 over 16 is what? 1 over 2. Well, let me express it very well. 7 plus 1 over 16 is 8 over 16, which is what? 1 over 2. Can you see it? Yes. Now, the next case. 7 negative 1 over 16, which is what? 6 over 16. So you can 2 can go into each of them. 2 here is what? 3, 2 here is what? 6. So our values for N or P that satisfy this condition to equal 0 is what? 1 over 2 and 3 over 8. 1 over 2 and 3 over 8.